Welcome to BNEWS Weekly. Happy Easter to you and your family. I'm Phil Gallagher, along with BNEWS reporters Tad Stefanek, Robert Paris, and Riot Brown, Juliana McGrain with sports, and Gretchen Carey with the community calendar. Thank you for joining us. The High School Building Committee voted unanimously to eliminate NC5, or the new construction option. While many members favored this plan, ultimately it was decided that AR8, the addition plus renovation plan, was the best compromise. The committee voted unanimously to approve the AR8 plan, which would be a new building with the gym and the auditorium being renovated. Following the votes, there was a discussion on upgrades to Varsity Field and the next steps.
Now that we're going to be moving forward with the AR8, we need to follow up and start scheduling programming meetings with all the different departments, and that includes the ed and non-ed and everybody. And we're aiming for mid-May to kind of get those all set up, and that's going to really start forming the building. It's going to transform the shape, the interior spaces, all these things will kind of nudge around, and that's really what's going to be driving kind of the design through SD.
The Burlington Recreation Commission recently held a celebration in honor of Brendan Egan, the director. BNews reporter Robert Paris was there.
Parks and Recreation Director Brendan Egan was the recipient of the 2025 Massachusetts Recreation and Parks Association Peter C. and Eric W. O'Brien Humanitarian Award. It is the highest honor you can receive in this position. At Grandview Farm, a celebration reception was held for him with a variety of municipal employees dropping in for the festivities.
I've worked with Brendan for, probably close to 10 years now. He's wonderful. He's a great director. He cares, tremendously about all of his employees, cares tremendously about Parks and Recreation here in Burlington and making sure our programs, our parks, everything is the best it can be here for our residents.
For lack of a better way, I guess he is the spirit of the room. Whenever he comes into a room, he'll make you laugh, but he's always going to do what's best for the department and the people of Burlington, make sure that everyone is taken care of, and just his commitment to the Recreation Department.
He's always been professional. He's always worked overtime, put in the extra hours for the town of Burlington. It's a lot of work. There's a lot of different aspects to the recreation. Of course, we have the fields, the maintenance side of it, which he's responsible for, and also the management of all the stuff we have going on between programming, schools.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to go down to the ceremony with his rec commissioners and see it. And I didn't really know what the award was all about till I got there, and it was quite a big deal. And we're really proud of him. And he was really proud to get it. His family was there. It was a really nice ceremony.
Brendan is truly humbled that he was chosen for the award.
My name may be on the award with MRPA for this year, but we have a tremendous staff. All three divisions, our office staff, they're the reason why, I have my name on that award. And Kelly Lehman is the backbone of our department. It's hard to not be motivated going to work every day with the staff we have.
From 2002 to 2011, he was part of the Massachusetts Recreation and Parks Association Conference Committee, serving as vice president in 2008, president-elect in 2009, and president in 2010.
Good network of people, learning from other professionals in other communities. It really is a great opportunity.
From 1998 to 2009, Egan worked in town as the recreation supervisor. In 2009, he ventured to Marblehead for the Superintendent of Recreation and Parks position. 5 years later, in 2014, he returned to Burlington as the Parks and Recreation Director. In his first year, he got the ball rolling on a dog park addition for Rahanis.
After it went in, and I still hear it, it's one of the best dog parks in the area. People enjoy coming here from different communities, and as long as they're respecting the rules of the park, it'll be a great facility for years to come.
He is proud to call Burlington his home away from home.
Coming to Burlington is just like, my hometown in Connecticut, and the Wallingford Parks and Rec Department was phenomenal, very creative in their programming and stuff, and that's what Burlington's all about. From the time I started, new ideas were always fostered and encouraged, and I hope to continue that. And my main goal is to say yes to something, right? there may be some roadblocks, but let's figure those out and let's find a way to provide this service, provide this facility or program to our residents, for our residents. So the sense of community in Burlington and the support for Parks and Recreation is really what drew me back here and keeps me here.
Everyone here at BCAT wants to give Brendan a big congratulations on his award. From Grandview Farm, I'm Robert Paris for BNEWS Weekly.
Thank you very much.
One of the Rec Department's long-standing traditions is their annual Easter egg hunt held at Simons Park. Let's have a look.
It was an excellent evening for many families attending the Burlington Parks and Recreation Department's annual Easter egg hunt. The event is always packed as usual and a sellout crowd.
The Parks and Recreation staff have been working on putting the event together over the last couple of weeks. The bunny and their friends have been here at Simons Park for most of the afternoon, getting ready for today's event.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Sold out. It seems like every year we're sold out. The eggs go quickly because we have so many kids. Excited. They jump right out and they're ready to go.
The Easter Bunny himself was there in person, and they were sitting inside of the treehouse. The long lines piled up quickly to see Peter Cottontail. As the sun began to slowly set, the department is grateful for the beautiful spring weather they received at the event.
Just everyone getting to be outside. It's often, one of our first events in the spring where the weather's really nice. We're lucky we got a really nice afternoon, so great to be out in the park and, have all the families be together.
I want to wish everyone a safe and happy Easter. From Simons Park, I'm Robert Paris for BNEWS Weekly.
Beautiful job, Fred.
Another spring tradition is the annual blessing at the community garden. Intern Ryan Brown has the story.
I'm Ryan Brown with BNEWS, and we're here at the Burlington Community Garden behind Francis Wyman Elementary, here for the 2025 blessing. On a bright yet brisk spring afternoon, members of different clergies in Burlington came together as one to celebrate a unity of faith and farming. The Burlington Community Garden Blessing is an annual event meant to celebrate the arrival of spring and to bring good harvest.
I've been a part of it since the very beginning. It began with Peter and I 5 years ago when we came to this very spot to pray to God. It was a brainchild of Peter just to say, hey, you know what? Let's ask God to bless this whole endeavor that we're doing here today, and we've been doing it ever since.
I just had this feeling back. It was during COVID, and everybody was depressed and everybody was worried and everything. And I said, you know what? This might be something worth doing. So I contacted the pastor at St. Veronica. And he and I came out here. He was very gracious. He did a little blessing. It was just the two of us. But we saw an increase in yield, and things just started turning around. And I decided this is something we need to do just for the entire community. So we started. So now it's about 5th year, and it's been awesome.
What started as a gathering of two has since grown into a community event, creating new friendships and a greater sense of understanding of each other.
I always look forward to this every year, and it's a wonderful way for the community to get together and for everybody to kind of thank God for the bounty that we're hopefully going to have by the end of the season. And it's a way for the interfaith community to join together, members of the clergy to be with one another, and it's a wonderful feeling of community and friendship and togetherness. So I really, really appreciate it, and all for a good deed, for a mitzvah.
Burlington Community Garden is such a wonderful place. We take this gift of land freely given. The rain comes down upon it, the sun shines upon it, people give their time to work it, and then they take that food and give it to people who need it. It's a beautiful thing. I'm honored to be able to offer a blessing for it, and I hope that this year is the biggest year yet.
With the continued success of this event, it only goes to show that although we may be different in many ways, when we work together as a community, we are all more alike than we all realize. What a great day it is here at the Community Garden. I'm Ryan Brown with BNEWS.
While we're on the theme of spring, it's a great time to get outside for the Earth Day cleanup. The Conservation Department is offering an opportunity to clean up Burlington. On Saturday, April 26th, celebrate Earth Day with your friends and family by cleaning up your neighborhood and local green spaces. Trash bags and gloves will be available for pickup at the Conservation Office April 22nd through the 25th. This is a great opportunity to get engaged with your community and help beautify the town. Plans to renovate the gazebo and walkways on our town common, also known as the bandstand, were approved at the recent select board meeting. Parks and Director Brendan Egan proposed $260,000 for new walkways and $46,000 to renovate the gazebo bandstand. Let's have a look.
We're looking for support of the select board as a joint project. The select board oversees the common. We do the maintenance. So it's really the decision of the select board. But I will say that the Recreation Commission supports this project, knowing that it is the centerpiece of town. There are some definite safety concerns that need to be addressed, and an opportunity to make all of the sidewalks on the common accessible, and match and bring them up to date, as well as renovating the common and getting access, an accessible pathway to the common, with the idea that in the future we could have a lift, if so needed, to bring a person with a disability up onto the gazebo, and then replace all of the rotting wood and supports on the common with pressure treated 4x6 post and 4x4 post for the mid railings, and then PVC and AZEC trim everywhere else to protect it.
So I'm in 100% favor of this. I think it's something that the town could really use, especially with our new signage coming in, being up front, and then we're going to have, the facade is going to look really good. I think the gazebo being done over and repainted and all new technology, I'll call it, to going up there. You know, no more hammer and nails, or a few of them, but not a lot. So I can't say enough good things about this project.
I'm also in favor of this. I think it's a worthwhile project. We should maintain it. It's a centerpiece in our town.
The projects will go before the Maytown meeting and hopefully get started in the fall following summer activities on the common. Select Board member Nick Priest is interested in hosting periodic town hall style meetings for residents. These meetings would give residents an opportunity to have direct communication with elected officials about town projects or issues of concern. Let's look.
Because I had the opportunity to run unopposed this year, I took the time that I otherwise would have been campaigning and thought about some things that I wanted to try and get done over the next couple of years. And something that I wanted to put to this board that I'm going to do, I just want, thoughts on whether or not you want to be there, or, dates preferred, is that I'm going to start holding quarterly town halls. Where, not sure, how, not sure, topics, things like debt exclusion, big stuff that I think residents will probably turn out for, but also open Q&A. Because it's something that I want to do, it's something I'm happy to do alone, but I want to, obviously send it to you guys, and I'll make it a posted meeting with the clerk's office. That way, if folks just decide to show up, that it's all well within rights for quorum and open meeting law. But yeah, I'm going to start doing quarterly town halls, and if you guys are interested or you have topics you want to share with the community, let me know, and we can kind of pick a date together, or I can just pick one, and we can go from there.
The Burlington Board of Health and the Burlington Volunteer Reserve Corps are inviting residents of all ages and physical activity levels to participate in a Matter of Balance class to reduce their risk of falling. The class will consist of 8 sessions from April 28th through May 21st. Each session will focus on different fall-related concerns and low-impact balance and strengthening exercises based on one's own abilities. Falls account for the 3rd highest total of unintentional deaths every year in the U.S. More than 1 in 4 older adults fall every year, present company included. If you or someone you know could benefit from a fall prevention program or to sign up for the upcoming class, please contact the Board of Health at 781-270-1955 or email boh@burlington.org. Burlington resident Ryan Fine is running the Boston Marathon in support of Massachusetts General Hospital for Children. Like many participants, Ryan enjoys the bragging rights that come with competing in one of the most prestigious marathons in the world, but giving back to the hospital it cared for his daughter before she was 2 years old is what's really driving Ryan to train for this grueling race. Ryan and his wife have been running as a team for 11 years, sometimes together and sometimes solo. We dug into our archives to take a look back at Ryan as he was getting set to run his first Boston Marathon in 2017.
This year marks the 121st running of the Boston Marathon, and since 1998, Massachusetts General Hospital has been represented in this Patriots Day tradition with a team dedicated to pediatric cancer treatment and research. Two members of the Run for MGH team are Burlington residents Courtney and Ryan Fine. I met the Fines in their home, along with their biggest supporters, Mackenzie, Bella, and their youngest Lily.
It was the first year when Lily was a baby. We had a doctor's appointment. It was actually on Marathon Monday, and I remember walking through the lobby and seeing posters of several of the Mass General runners and their patient partners, which is part of the program, and it just inspired me.
Training for the Boston Marathon with a lively family is no easy task.
It's tough, it's time-consuming, it's a commitment. You know, it's not easy, but you have to have the mindset. Training in the winter is tough, so you're dealing with all kinds of weather, whether it be cold, snow, rain, ice, sleet. You got to train through it all. So it's worth it in the end. I'm sure when we go down Boylston Street together, all that training will seem like it's worth it.
In Boston, I met with the captain of the Run for MGH team, Dr. Howard Weinstein, Chief of Pediatric Hematology Oncology at Massachusetts General Hospital for Children, where the hallways are literally adorned with the cause.
Yes, I am the captain of the Mass General Marathon team, fighting kids' cancer one step at a time. And we began that team actually 20 years ago, in 1998. We had 10 runners at that time. And we raised $45,000 to support our childhood cancer program. And this year we have 100 runners, and our expectation is to raise $1 million. And all of that money will go to support both clinical and research work in the area of childhood cancer at the Mass General Hospital for Children.
We're required to raise $6,000 per runner per number. So combined, we had to raise, of course, $12,000. So we worked very hard. A lot of it was on Courtney's side. We had a fundraiser in February here in Burlington. That was a tremendous success. It's amazing. Our friends and family in the area just rose to the occasion, as they always do. We had almost 200 people.
Probably the biggest highlight for me is every year I run in honor of one of my patients. My own family members are at mile 20 cheering me on. So getting to mile 20 has always been a highlight. We have a patient partner program where about 50 of our runners each year are paired with a patient undergoing chemotherapy for childhood cancer. And the families and the kids are also all at mile 20. And I know many of the patients because this is where I work on a day-to-day basis. And so this is a really exciting moment to hit mile 20. At that point to see really what you're running for and what you can really do to help the cause. And once you get to mile 20, at least for myself, I know I'm going to get to Boston without any problem. The inspiration is really, truly remarkable.
And we have a patient partner that we're running for, so we will see her as well as our 3 girls right before we hit the last hill, and that's one of the highlights for me every year.
Our marathon runners are an incredibly diverse group. What's most exciting is every year we have several parents of our patients who run on our team in honor of their children who are being treated for childhood cancer. And what's even more exciting, we've had our survivors of childhood cancer who are now young adults run on our team. And about 3 years ago, 6 of our 100 runners were young adults who had survived childhood cancer. What could be more inspiring than to see someone who's now 10, 15, 20 years since being treated for childhood cancer running the marathon to support a childhood cancer program where they were treated. So that's really pretty unbelievable.
What some of these kids go through, Meg's running 26.2 miles, seemed like nothing, truthfully, and raising awareness, raising the money. And you know, for Burlington residents, Burlington as a town, the businesses have been tremendously supportive. Our friends in the town have been supportive. So again, we're very fortunate in so many ways. We just want to give back.
There's nothing like turning the corner onto Boylston Street and seeing the flags, the finish line. Tears come to my eyes every year. It's an amazing feeling. It's almost indescribable.
This Monday will be Courtney's 3rd Boston Marathon. And Dr. Weinstein?
Yeah, I've run it a couple of times. I've run it, this will be my 26th running of the Boston Marathon.
I asked Ryan if he's looking forward to his first.
I hope so. And doing it together makes it even that much more of a special event. I mean, not many folks have the opportunity to run the Boston Marathon, let alone run it with their spouse for a great charity they're passionate about.
All of us here at BNews Weekly wish the best of luck to all of those participating in the 121st running of the Boston Marathon. From the Fine Household and Massachusetts General Hospital, I'm BNews reporter Tad Stefanak. Back to you in the studio.
People Helping People will also be lacing up in a couple of weeks on Sunday, May 4th for the Project Bread's Walk for Hunger. For the 4th consecutive year, the Burlington-based nonprofit will raise money to support statewide food security through the Commonwealth program. This year, the team of an expected 40 area residents will participate virtually in Project Bread's annual Walk for Hunger by walking a 3-mile loop around the Burlington High School track with a goal to raise $3,000 for hunger relief. It's always wonderful being surrounded by and walking with members of our community who want to help end hunger and food insecurity, says Julie Lewis, People Helping People's Senior Food Pantry Manager. The funds we've raised through the Walk for Hunger have helped us to continue operating our food pantry and other programs. Over 200 families rely on us each month to help put food on their tables, so we need to continue our work without interruption. Up next is sports with Juliana McGrain after your community calendar with Gretchen Carey.
Hey everyone, I'm Gretchen Carey and this is your community calendar. On April 23rd at 9 a.m., Burlington Conservation will be having a bird walk at the Mary Cummings Park. Everyone is welcome, and for more information, go to burlingtonrecreation.org. The Burlington Board of Health is having a Community Health Fair Day on April 26th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Burlington High School. Free service includes raffles and exercise demonstrations, posture, balance screenings, and much more. Everyone is welcome, and the event is free. On May 4th from 12 to 5 p.m., the Indian Americans for Burlington are having their first ever Holy Festival of Colors at the Town Common. Everyone is welcome and the event is free. For more community calendar events, go to bcattv.org, burlingtonpubliclibrary.org, and burlingtonrecreation.org. I'm Gretchen Carey, and that was your community calendar.
Hey everyone, I'm Julianne McGrain, and this is your weekly sports report. Girls lacrosse had a big blowout 16-4 win at Watertown on the 11th. Ava Robitelli and Megan Delory were the top scorers with 4 goals each. They returned home on the 13th to face off Pentucket Regional. Burlington came away victorious in a tight game of 8-7. The team was in Melrose on the 15th, losing 5-11. Boys lacrosse was at home against Watertown on the 11th, and we were there to catch all of the action.
It was a cold afternoon at Varsity Field for the boys lacrosse as they matched up with Watertown. In the first quarter, the offense for Burlington was unstoppable, scoring 9 goals, while their defense kept Watertown scoreless. In the second, the Devils scored another 5 goals before the half, 14-0. In the second half of the game, Burlington had 4 more goals and Watertown added 2. Final 18-2 Devils.
Burlington had another big 15-4 win on the 15th at home against Melrose. Both teams are 3-3 this season. Girls softball coach Kelly Pessotti and her team won their first win of the season, 10-5 in Lexington. The following day, they had a huge one-sided 28-0 shutout win against Watertown. Burlington had a huge 16-1 win in Melrose on the 15th, improving the record to 3-2. Red Devils baseball coach Chris Pessotti and his team also won back-to-back games on the road. On the 10th, they defeated Lexington 4-2, and then they won a close game of 5-4 against Watertown the following day. In Melrose, the team was shut out 10-0 on the 15th, moving the record to 2-3. Red Devils volleyball won their first game against Wakefield in a shutout of 3-0 on the 10th. They are now 1-7 after a 0-3 loss in Arlington on the 15th. Girls and boys track will have another meet on April 17th against Wilmington at home. We'll have updates next week. The esports team is in the playoffs. Giovanni Delgado defeated Joseph A. Foreign High in Madden. He'll be competing in the quarterfinals on the 16th against Eastern Central Rocket League. Rocket League will compete against Sutton High on the 17th. Mario Kart has their postseason matchup in a few weeks on May 3rd against Methuen. Girls tennis had 3 meets on the road, starting off with Lexington on the 10th, where they were shut out 0-5. In Watertown, the team lost 2-3 on the 11th. The girls got back in the win column against Melrose after a 5-0 victory at home on the 14th. The team is now 2-4 and will host Wakefield on the 16th. Updates next week. The boys tennis team was at home for 3 games. First, they were shut out 0-5 against Lexington on the 10th. Then they won back-to-back matches against Watertown 5-0 and 4-1 against Melrose. Their record is currently 3-2. Burlington is currently 3-2 this season. Burlington High's unified basketball team had their first official game this season against Melrose. We go to the highlights.
Unified Basketball had their season opener on April 15th at the Vanilla Gym against Melrose. In the first half, the Devils were down by 4, 27-31. It was a much different story in the second half as Burlington went up by 36, while Melrose added 33. Burlington won by 7 in the end, 67-60.
The Devils will have another home game against Wakefield Memorial on April 28th. For more Red Devil action, check out our sports section at bcattv.org/sports and follow us on X at BNEWS Sports. That's all for this week. I am Juliana McGrain. Back to you guys in the studio.
Are you a fan of trailers and like to see what's coming to the cinema? Next week, moviegoers will get an extended look at some of the biggest films coming to the theaters at the special Sneak Peek at the Movies screening. The screening will give audiences a 70-minute presentation of trailers and exclusive content from Cinema-Con. There will be 2 days of available screenings nationwide on April 22 and 24. AMC Theaters in Burlington will have screening on both days at 6 p.m. Visit our website for more on Sneak Peek at the Movies. It's a busy weekend in our area with many unique Patriots Day celebrations to honor the 250th anniversary of the Revolution. Our neighbors over at Lex Media will be covering the festivities, including a discussion with documentary filmmaker Ken Burns about his latest project. Patriots Day Parade, the rededication of the Battle Green, a picnic in Hastings Park with members of the Boston Symphony Orchestra, a naturalization ceremony on the Battle Green for aspiring Americans, and much more. Our photo of the week was sent in by Alita Charbonneau. Keeping in step with Patriots Day, the photo of the week is of the historical marker for the boyhood home of Samuel, Uncle Sam Wilson, the real-life inspiration for the American icon. Thank you for the photo, Alita. We'd like to see your photos. The photos could be of something you see around town, the weather outside your own door, or photos of family members and pets. Whatever you think is interesting and would like to share, send them to bcat@bcattv.org with the subject line Photo of the Week. On deck for next week, town meeting member and former MS teacher Billy Nash writes a poetry book, a look at the new baseball field at Francis Wyman. Our intern Ryan Brown was at the BHS alumni hockey game, and a look at the award-winning artwork of our own Juliana McGrain. That's it from the news desk. Thank you for joining us.